Hey, good morning guys, what is going on? Back with another video. Today we got a 2010 Honda Accord that supposedly is not charging. The guys replaced 3 alternators already. This would be the 4th if we were to replace it today, but we got to do some electrical testing. The battery is also dead, so stick along and we're gonna go step by step, my thought process when I diagnose cars, and we'll see if we find anything electrically wrong or just crappy alternators. I've seen those a lot lately. All right, my GoPro's not behaving, so I'm gonna record this with my phone. This alternator right there, there's oil all over this engine here, and it's very important to do a visual, guys. In there, I think I see oil in there. So what happens is the oil will fry your alternator. You can see right over there where it's kind of been dripping there. And another thing I noticed, if you guys look at that right there, this line looks like it has been overheating because kind of rusted in there. So I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna peel that line back, take a look at that. So with that line, that should be where it grounds off the alternator, and then we have the connector here also. And I haven't scanned the car yet because there is the battery's dead on this car, but it's a newer battery. Another thing I saw, if you look in there, they got to him. Look at that. That's they made a home in there. The mice, that is. So looks like we got a couple things going on. So gonna test the wires of the alternator, but I don't like how, that seems like it's gotten really hot. So we're gonna take a look at that also. First thing I'm gonna do is actually check the voltage on this battery, see how dead this thing is, and see if I can, we can bring it back to life. Okay, we're at 2 volts on the battery, so it's pretty much toast, the battery. I don't know if we can bring it back to life or not, but I do have another battery that I'm going to use to kind of help me with the diagnosis, because I do need a power source. Okay, that's what I'm using. I got these leads over there, and I'm going to hook this up here, and the battery is going to blaring. We made it stop talking. So now I'm going to check the voltage again. And this time I'm hoping to see about 12 volts. So we have about 11.5 volts, 11.6 volts. So that should be okay for now. Okay, so what we're doing now, I'm doing a quick test. And what I want to look for is if we have any faults related to a alternator circuit or any sort of like circuit faults. And we don't have a lot of voltage. We only got 9.7 volts, 9.8 volts on this, so we kind of have to hurry up a little bit. All systems. So I'm going to let this thing go through the whole procedures. And because the battery was dead, if there was any faults in there, it might have erased it. But I still want to take a look, see what I can see, and I'm gonna attempt to start the car too with the help of a jump pack. Man, I gotta say the iPhone is much better than a GoPro when it comes to recording the screen. Like the glare with the GoPro is really bad, but the iPhone, you can see them there, but it's much better. So while this thing was actually scanning, I hooked up my charger to the car. I have the car running right now, and I'll show you guys how I did that in a little bit. But right here, ABS, power source circuit, low voltage. This problem in the mode control motor circuit, linkage door motor. That's not a big deal. So there's really nothing here that will help me out. Oops, that's not supposed to happen. Let's go back there. All right, there's not much there, so you can see the voltage is going up. So what I did was, I have a power inverter in the vehicle. It's a 3500 watt output, extension cable. I got the charger here, and I should leave it running at about 2 amps. And it's standard. So I only want to leave this on for a little bit. I'm not going to, I know I'm not supposed to do this, kind of, because I'm going through like 3 different power sources, but this battery up there is way too dead, and this one won't fit in there. It's too big. So I gotta make do with what you got. Okay, I'm gonna test the voltage. We got about 12.1 volts now, and I already disconnected the charger. Now I'm gonna attempt to start the car. Yeah, this thing's not having. I tried to start it, but just kept clicking. So I'm gonna hook up a jump pack to it. Okay. All right, we started. Let's see if we can stay running. So output of 12.8 volts, and you can see, look at that smoke. This car is leaking a lot. Oh shit. That's so we have a little bit of an output right here. Alright. Alright, so check this out, guys. So the alternator is actually putting out 14.8. So right here, that wire right there, that's where I'm checking from. Oh shit, look at that. Okay guys, so what we found so far, let me actually turn that key off. Alternator is actually putting out 14.8 volts, which is what it should. But remember that bolt I was saying earlier to keep an eye on? This one right here? I can spin that. I'll try to get you guys a good look. You're not supposed to. That is the power line that goes to your battery. That's how alternator charges it. Look. So either this thing is not tightened up yet all the way, or it just burnt it. If it burnt it, what's happening is there's an issue where the car is outputting max voltage at all times. which is also an issue. Alright, so I just spoke with the customer. What I did right now is I disconnected the battery. I'm going to take this thing here off, and I'm going to inspect the stud for the alternator. And inspect this line and clean it if I need to. There, I left that loose. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, but that stud over there looks overheated. I'm hoping, alright, it looks to be intact. So if that's the case, we should be in good shape. I borrowed the guy's outlet to charge up his battery because my van, it was drawing too much power from the van. I just wanted to get it started with my van and have a little bit of charge. I'm going to take a wire brush and clean this area here and clean that also very well with some, with the wire brush. So the guy told me he hired another mobile mechanic. That's what replaced this last. And well, he left that shit loose. Need a hand brush too. This right here should do. For any contact, like electrical contact surfaces, they must be clean. And that's the bolt I was talking about. Look at that shit, man. That's overheated like a motherfucker. So I'm not too worried as much about the sides as these right here. That's what you need to get clean, because that's what makes contact onto the stud there. Alright guys, so we're gonna put this back together. I'm gonna make sure it's tight. That looks pretty clean. I'll put it that way down. It's a 13mm, this bolt. And if I didn't mention it, make sure the negative cable on your battery is disconnected, because if you touch this line to the alternator case or the body and anywhere that's metal, and that would be grounded. So the engine block is grounded, alternator is grounded, and because it's hooked up to the engine block. That's how it's grounded. So if you do touch that there, you're you know, you're burning something, whether it's a fuse, usually a big fuse, or the engine control unit. So make sure you disconnect that first. And what I want to do now, see, that's tight. That's how it should be. Alright. So now we can hook up the battery ground cable. That thing is charging, so I'll leave it like that for a little bit. Charging at 15.26 volts. That's how dead this battery is. Alright. While that's charging, while the battery's charging, I'm going to clean this oil over here, because I want to take a look to see where it's coming from, whether it's from the dipstick area here or from that pressure sensor area up there. So we're going to take the greatest invention of mankind. This thing is cancerous, and spray a little bit and take a brush like this and kind of just agitate the dirt. This will help break it up. Let me take that cover off too though. We got a big boy here. You just twist these half a turn and pull up. Move that to the side to reveal the beautiful V6. Alright, maybe not that beautiful, but this thing dries quick, so it's not going to cause any damage to the alternator there. Oil will cause more damage because oil will stick there, but this thing will dry, and you know, I'm not going to start this right away. But I guess that's a tip. Don't start the car right away after applying something like this. A contact cleaner would probably be best to spray around there, but this will do. I'm thinking it could be this thing right here. Oh, I'm thinking the leak is coming from this right here. We got the, looks like the oil pressure sensor right there, and this other one looks like some sort of solenoid, maybe an exhaust solenoid, I mean intake side solenoid, or maybe that's part of the VVT. I don't know these Honda engines too well. We got some leak from the power steering pump, and I don't know if you guys can see in there. I'll try to zoom in when I edit this, but those rats made a nest in there too. Alright, we got a moment of truth. We're going to shut this charger off. I'll check to see what the voltage is on that battery. I'm going to hook up the jump pack, and I'm going to start the car. Yeah, I hack replaced this one. Boom, start it right up. Disconnect that. I want to look for this oil leak first. My suspicion is it's coming from that bottom there. We'll come back to that. We'll check the output voltage of this alternator. Oh yeah, 14.6. That is perfect. That's what we want to have. Okay, so a severely discharged battery, you may see the output voltage, range from between 14 to 15, sometimes 15.5 volts. So usually 14.2 to 14.7 is usually what you're gonna have. Severely discharged battery, or if you have a lot more loads turned on in the vehicle, such as the blower speed on high, headlights on high also, like high beams on, that output could be more like 15, because more is demanded from the alternator to keep everything running properly. I don't see any of this oil yet, but we're gonna keep an eye out on that. I'm thinking these valve covers definitely leaking, but I just want to double check that unit right there. We got some seeping from that power steering pump also. That's a lot of smoke, man. If you guys remember before, when we were pushing down on this, it was sparking. Not anymore. I'm gonna leave this car running. I'm gonna check to see where the oil is coming from. But that's about it with this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing, leave a like. If you liked the video, leave a dislike. If you did not like the video, let me know in the comments down below why, so I can try and improve. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great one.